Hi all, this is Param. Okay, one thing I want to tell you, okay, before to jump into the actual topic, okay, one thing I want to tell you. See, Elasticsearch. Of course, Elasticsearch act as a database as well, right? Okay, though it do indexing or many things it's happening, right? Many things are happening within the Elasticsearch. So it is act as a data DBS, right? So the kind of keeping store data for the storage, right? Okay. So the industry usually accustomed to use SQL, SQL 99, right? Or no SQL, something like that. Okay. So, but fortunately, unfortunately, Elasticsearch use JSON as a query, right? JSON for JSON syntax or JSON document used as a query. Okay. Obviously, any new way people will hesitate to continue or hesitate to work. That is a real. That is a very common, right? It's very common. So the Elastic team has tried many level, okay, many attempt to make query is made easy, okay, to make the query is easy with Elasticsearch, okay. So by default, even when you start career, when you start working on the Elasticsearch, if you see the query syntax, then you will be a get wait. Hey, what is this very big query? So many keywords, JSON, something like that. Okay. So they tried many level. Okay. So that they tried many level to give concise as well as developer familiar query syntax. Okay. So that is how it added SQL also. Okay, you know the SQL syntax supported in the Elasticsearch. Okay, but still limited. Okay, I agree, but still limited. Okay, but still they tried to provide SQL syntax. You can use select star from this something like that. Okay, so or you can where like a group by having everything you can use. Okay, so there is a separate learning curve. Even a function also you can write in the SQL function also you can write. Okay, so the thing is what is they tried to make easy for the developer community. Okay, so that's how they introduced SQL separate query syntax. That's how they have tried all the matching queries, terminal queries. Okay, that's how they tried to query string as well. So the query string we have seen in the last video. Okay, in my last video I have explained very last two video. In fact, I have put for query string. So query string as well as I told in the previous video, it's alternative. Okay, it's alternative to provide people familiar, okay, developer friendly syntax to query the Elasticsearch. Developer friendly syntax to query the Elasticsearch. Okay. So in this way, okay, in that theory, okay, so in that way, okay. So they tried it still. So already query string is there. Query string is really easy to work with. Okay, instead of working with any other type like match query, something like that. Okay, match phrase something. Instead of working or boolean, okay, instead of working with those query, query string is very simple, right? But as I told you, it's alternative. Maybe the capability one or two maybe differ. I agree, but majority the major driving factor what is now, it's they try to make developer friendly the syntax of query. Okay. Now in that series, okay, in the topic, okay, they tried simple query strings. Okay, where is my diagram? Okay, okay, simple query syntax. Okay, of course, as they said, okay, they are not strict in the syntax. They are not in strict in the syntax. Okay, but if there is any syntax error, simply they will ignore. More similarly, we will be using for to search in the text field. Okay, as query string, simple query string also support some of the fields. Okay, it's all same. So, but there is limitations. There is a limitation, but they are still trying to give easy syntax to query the data. Okay, that's what I want to reiterate. They tried to give easy syntax to query the Elasticsearch. That is what simple query string. Okay, but obviously what is now, obviously it is very limited. Okay, but still it's easy when compared to other stuff. Even when compared to query string, it's a really very simple syntax. Okay, you don't need to follow many stuff. Okay, so that's why they will say syntax restriction is there is no syntax restriction in simple query string. Okay, now, okay, I'll go this documentation itself. Okay, here you can see all the steps are there. Okay, so this is just one sample. Okay, I have tried all the stuff. Okay, this is the simple query string. Obviously here see that we are giving like a very normal string. Okay, very normal string, but it's all same field operator. Usually in other stuff we call operator, here we call it default operator. Okay. Okay, then of course the boosting for individual columns such as individual field. Okay, but we have the important thing is what is the query. Okay, how the query is very easy to write. Okay, here we are using R operator, we are using this precedence. Okay, either one. Okay, that's go. Then this is minus means it is not this negate, it should not be there. Okay, if this plus means you say either one of these things has to be there. Okay, so that's how. Okay, fried eggplant or fried egg potato, that should be there. That's how we are searching. Okay, so these are the query, these are the parameters. Of course, query you know. Okay, so field of course is an array of string. It's the same. Okay, it's the same for the previous default operators. By default are you can span analyze wildcard. Okay, yeah, my wildcard can support or not in the query. Yeah, we can give analyzer if you want to give us the default analyzer. So of course synonyms it's the same. Okay, we have seen right. It will generate synonyms, right? So whether do you want to have or not. So obviously it will generate. Maximum count is 50. The flag. This is what the difference. This is the difference from others. Okay, this okay. The flag. The flags. They talk like limitation operator. Okay, they talk limitation operators. So those you can enable what are the flags has to be there or not. That's what this is a beauty. It's a beauty one. The remaining things are same. Fuzzy max expansion. So how many maximum 50. As number of characters should not be unchanged. Okay. In transposition, how many things are true or false. Okay. Lenient if it is syntax error true. By default, lenient means what? If it is true means what? It will give the error. Okay. For syntax error. Okay. If it is true, format error. Okay. For format based error such as are ignored. Oh, it's lenient means true. Okay. Okay. Is are ignored. Yeah. False means true. Okay. Default is false, but yeah, by default is false, but it should be true, right? That is what simple string query, right? That is what simple string. Okay. Anyhow, I don't know. Simple query string should be the how it is differ from other query string. Simple query string is ignore the syntax error, right? That's what. So whether you want error or not. Okay. So that is the variable. Okay. You want error for your syntax error or not. That's what true or false. Okay, so minimum how many should match? Okay, quote the suffix. So the quotes are appended at the end. Okay, suffix appended a quoted text. Okay. So these are the fields. You know, many of the fields same. Okay, many of the fields are same, so except the flag. Okay, except the flag, all the fields are same with respect to the query string. Okay, are similar to the query strings. Okay. Now here is the query syntax. Okay, these are the operators. Plus means and hyphen means or pipe symbol means or hyphen negation, quote means a wrap this in phrase. Okay, star means is a prefix, is a precedence. Yes, edit distance, slope amount. Okay, that is what. Okay, behaviors may differ from the default operators. Okay, so here you can see that, right? This is the field. Okay, here we are using negate, so it should be any document which has foo or for. By default operators are right. Okay, so obviously what will happen, any document which has its content has foo or for, it will return, but should not have this one, then it will return. Okay, then limit operator, as I told you, these are the limit. By default it is all. Okay, here you can say what are the operators should be enabled, then otherwise it will treat it as a normal literal. That's it. Okay, so we enable or and the prefix, only these things we are enable. This is prefix, this is and, this is or, right? So we are enabling what are the flags. Okay, it's a really very good option, right? So it's a kind of new things, I would say. It's kind of new things I am saying. Okay, it's a kind of new things, new idea. I would say it's a new idea. Okay, so these are the valid values. Okay, all by default. Okay, either and, escape, near, nor, phrase, precedence, prefix, slope, white space, everything. Okay, then of course we can specify here this is a prefix. Okay, now per field specific score we can specify, right? Boost value we can specify. Then multi tokens. Okay, so by default it happens. Okay, to match the multi position tokens with the and conjunctions, then we are setting false. Okay, that's all about the simple query string. Okay, so in the last 3 videos we have seen query string and simple query string. So you know, it is an alternative way. This alternative way to query the Elasticsearch. That's it. Okay, of course in turn it's writing the other query, in turn it's writing other query, match phrase term, something like that, okay, or boolean, something like that. So something like that the query is rewrite query, in fact rewrite, and then it's sent to the Elasticsearch, okay, or analyze or something like that, okay. Okay, that's all about the simple query string query. Thank you, thanks for watching. Okay, so who are all freshers, okay, or who are all manager kind of stuff, okay, they don't want to learn or they don't want to spend more time, then for them only this query, okay, simple query string is for them only, okay. Okay, so the last two is alternative syntax. Alternative syntax, they made easy syntax to query the Elasticsearch, that's what I can say. But without these two, of course, you can do whatever you want to achieve in your use case. Thanks for watching.